Good evening. I'm going to call this the June the 1st meeting of the Paducah Planning Commission to order, and would ask that you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you all for being here. Mr. Summers, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Benberry,
Present.
Commissioner Chapman,
Here.
Commissioner Griffin, Commissioner Heath,
Here.
Commissioner Kaler,
Present.
Commissioner Rhodes, Chairman Wade.
Here. Our first order of business is the minutes from the April 6th meeting. I will also note that we do not have minutes for the May meeting because due to lack of items to address, we didn't have a May meeting. So, Commissioner Benberry, I believe you have a motion on the April 6th minutes.
I move the reading of the minutes for April 6, 2026 be waived, and that the minutes of said meeting be prepared by staff be approved as written.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Hopefully you all have had a chance to review those. Any additions, corrections, or deletions thereto? Hearing none. Mr. Summers, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Benberry,
Aye.
Commissioner Chapman,
Aye.
Commissioner Heath,
Aye.
Commissioner Kaler,
Aye.
Chairman Wade.
Aye. We have no continuing petitions. The new items that we have, we will begin with a zoning request for McGuire Avenue. And Mr. Summers, would you like to start us off with a staff report on that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is for 837, 857, and 867 McGuire Avenue. This is a CrossFit gym that used to be a church and also the assisted living facility to the north. The Planning Commission has considered a request for two of these parcels before to go from R4 at the time to B3 planned unit development. However, that was for mini storage, which was not in conformance with the comprehensive plan. And so that rolled off the Planning Commission agenda on August 25th, 2024, pursuant to Article 9 of the Planning Commission bylaws. This time, as I had mentioned, the property owners would like to have a CrossFit gym, or have the CrossFit gym and a tattoo studio. I think that's correct, Mr. Buford? Okay, thank you. And in order to do that, the site has to be rezoned to a commercial zoning. Additionally, the nursing home or assisted living to the north has requested rezoning as well to make it conforming as far as the B1's concerned, all the way from Park Avenue to where this site is located. Instead of it jumping around, leaving a little section of R4 out, it makes it conforming all the way to Park Avenue. A major change that has occurred since the last petition has been the adoption of the City of Paducah, McCracken County Comprehensive Plan, and that was in January of 2025. The previous future land use map showed that area to be neighborhood conservation. In the new comprehensive plan, it was shown to be as commercial. So by approving this zoning map amendment, it would bring both properties into conformance with the comprehensive plan. The site is large, which is over 5 acres. Therefore, there should be no residential impact since it's just going to be the existing building with a new tenant going inside it. And the existing multifamily development at 801 McGuire Avenue would serve as an appropriate buffer between the proposed B1 zone and the less dense residential area south of that point. And as I mentioned, the future land use map showed the parcels to be commercial. So, Mr. Chairman, I will turn it back over to you for the public hearing.
Thank you. This being a zoning change, it does call for a public hearing. And I believe, Commissioner Benberry, you have the motion to open that meeting,
I move
part of the meeting.
Yes, sir. I move that this commission open the public hearing for case ZON 2025-001 pertaining to 837, 857, and 867 McGuire Avenue.
Second.
Moved and seconded by voice vote. All in favor of opening the public hearing, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? All right, we are now in a public hearing, and anybody who wishes to speak positively or negatively to this proposal would ask that you approach the podium here and identify yourself and keep your comments as they pertain to this proposed rezoning.
Good evening. My name's Mark Buford. I'm the accountant for all these properties. Basically, we've just been trying to bring it all into full compliance. The step before was one of the other managers, but basically, if we don't do this, if something was to happen to the gym, we would not be able to bring it back like it was. So we're just trying to ask to bring it into full compliance.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Hearing none. Commissioner Benberry, will you close our public hearing?
I move that this commission close the public hearing for case ZON 2025-001 pertaining to 837, 857, and 867 McGuire Avenue.
Second.
Moved and seconded. By voice vote, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Consider that passed. Now we have the motion to consider the approval of the request. Commissioner Benberry, I believe you have that also.
Yes, sir. I move this commission recommend approval to the Board of Commissioners and adopt a resolution recommending approval thereof of the requested map amendment from R4 High Density Residential Zone to B1 Convenience and Service Zone for property located at 837, 857, and 867 McGuire Avenue. I further move this commission adopt the following findings of fact in support of said recommendation. 1, the existing R4 zone is inappropriate for these lots. 2, the B3 pub zone extends down the entire east side of McGraw Avenue. 3, the site is adjacent to B1 zone on the north, therefore spot zoning is negated. 4, a nonconformity would be removed and brought into conformance in accordance with City of Paducah, McCracken County Comprehensive Plan. 5, a proposed zone change in compliance with the future land use map adopted as part of the City of Paducah and McCracken County Comprehensive Plan. 6, multifamily development would be an appropriate buffer between the B1 zone and the lower intensity use further south along McGuire Avenue. And 7, the totality of these lots is approximately 5.73 acres. Therefore, impacts to any surrounding residential uses can be mitigated. And lastly, 8, the sites have easier vehicular access to all of Paducah.
There's the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All right, any questions, comments from the commission? All right, hearing none. Mr. Summers, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Benberry.
Aye.
Commissioner Chapman.
Aye.
Commissioner Heath.
Aye.
Commissioner Kaler.
Aye. Chairman
Wade.
Aye. All right, our next item is a text amendment regarding section 126-69, and I would ask for the staff report from Mr. Summers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This text amendment is for 126-69 mobile home parks and 126-79 qualified manufactured homes. On July 1st of this year, the state law is going to be changing, which is KRS 100-348, and you all have that in front of you. And this text amendment is in response to that. The first part mobile home parks is being changed to land lease communities, which is the more appropriate verbiage, which is being utilized from coast to coast. And they are going to be permitted in all residential zones, not just industrial or commercial. The major changes to that is mainly verbiage and a lot of cleanup on that one. The main meat and potatoes is 12679 qualified manufactured homes. Previously, we did not allow manufactured housing in the R1 low-density residential zone. Now we have to. So in order to do that, we have adopted, or we're proposing to adopt some performance standards for all single-family residential structures in residential zones, whether it's qualified manufactured, modular, or stick-built. And the other two text amendments will speak to that here in just a moment. Some new definitions for qualified manufactured homes. Main one is it's a date not to exceed 5 years prior to the date of installation and has all parts that operate only during transport removed. Previously, it was after July of 2002. So this really tightens down the date that they can be allowed in the city of Paducah as a qualified manufactured home. The other main change is mentioned previously, they are allowed in land lease communities at this time. The square footage has to be a minimum of 900, but in the R1 and R2 zones, they have to meet the square footage of that zone, which the R1 zone is 1,200 square feet, and the R2 zone is 1,000 square feet. The roof pitch shall follow the same performance standards, which is going to be mentioned in the other two text amendments. And the other major thing is subsection 9, a manufactured home that does not meet the minimum width of 20 feet or minimum total living area of 900 square feet may be treated as a qualified manufactured home within this section if it cannot conform to the minimum lot size requirements for the zone in question. A qualified manufactured home may be permitted subject to section 126-64D of the Paducah zoning ordinance, and all other requirements must be met. So in a nutshell, what that specifically means is if there is a non-conforming lot. For example, what we have on the books right now, if there's a 6,000 square foot lot, you can build a 600 square foot house. Has to be a minimum of 10%. So we've simply adapted that a little bit to include qualified manufactured homes. They still do have to be on a permanent foundation, still has to be compatible with housing stock in the area, still has to be screened appropriately, but just the size can be smaller than the 900 square feet that's mandated by the new KRS. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I will turn it back over to you for the public hearing.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Heath, I believe you have the motion to open our public hearing on this.
I do. I move that this board open the public hearing for case text 2026-0003 pertaining to section 126-69 mobile home parks and 126-79 qualified manufactured homes of the Paducah zoning ordinance. I move that this, I'm sorry, that's it. I was about to close it, but not, having it be open.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening public hearing, please say so by voice vote.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? All right, we are in public hearing on this. Anyone who wishes to speak about this text amendment, please approach the podium and identify yourself. And there appears to be no one to speak to it. So would you motion to close the public hearing?
I move that this board close the public hearing for text 2026-0003 pertaining to section 126-69 mobile home parks and 126-79 qualified manufactured homes of the Paducah zoning ordinance.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing public hearing, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. Our next thing is the actual movement on this text amendment, and I believe you have that to close us out on this.
Yes, I move that this commission adopt a resolution commending to the Board of Commissioners that case text 2026-0003 pertaining to the text amendment of 126-69 mobile home parks and 126-79 qualified manufactured homes of Paducah zoning ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions of Mr. Summers or comments about this item in front of us? All right, hearing none, we'll call the vote. Mr. Summers?
Who seconded that? Sorry. Who
That was
did?
me.
Okay. Commissioner Heath,
Aye.
Commissioner Kaler,
Aye.
Commissioner Benberry,
Aye.
Commissioner Chapman,
Aye.
Chairman Wade.
Aye. All right, our next item is a text amendment regarding property, or a text amendment to section 126-102. Mr. Summers, would you enlighten us on that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I mentioned in the last case, these are proposed performance standards in the R1 low-density residential zone for any new single-family home, whether it's stick-built, modular, or qualified manufactured. The slope and roof pitch is the main thing, and one of the only things that we can really regulate via the new KRS 100.348. So I've put several images in there of what different roof pitches look like, 312 versus 512, and square footage. The major change is that roof pitch shall be 512. Right now, they can be anything, and a lot of the single-family homes, especially on Jefferson, Ramona, in that area, they've actually got a steeper roof pitch than that. But that is the minimum that they can be. And a lot of it is cleanup verbiage. I would like to note that daycare nurseries, or now daycares, are trying to get that standardized through the entire zoning ordinance. I thought there was one other major change. Okay. Yeah, and the front yard provisions are going to be 15 feet on the side street, as long as it does not result in a side yard of less than 25 feet. And all foundations shall be permanent. And again, that applies to all new single-family homes. Mr. Chairman, I'll turn it back over to you
Yes, sir.
for the public hearing.
All right. For this text amendment, we will have a public hearing. Would ask Commissioner Kaler to offer the opening of motion for that.
I move that the board open the public hearing for case text 2026-0004 pertaining to section 126-102, low-density residential zone, R1 of the Paducah zoning ordinance.
Second. Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening the public hearing, please say so by voice vote. I say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, we're in public hearing for this. Anybody who wishes to speak about this text amendment, please approach the podium and identify yourself with your comments. Seeing no movement, Commissioner Kaler, will you close our public hearing, or make a motion about closing the public hearing?
I move that this board close the public hearing for case text 2026-004 pertaining to section 126-102, low-density residential zone, R-1 of the Paducah zoning ordinance.
Second. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? If not, if you're in agreement with that motion, please say so by saying aye.
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 By, any opposed by similar sign? Hearing none, motion is passed. We are now ready for the actual motion on the item. Do you have that part also,
I think
Commissioner?
so. I move that this board open the public hearing.
Nope.
No, that's not it.
This would be on the staff
I
recommendation?
move that this commission adopt a resolution
Yes.
recommending to the Board of Commissioners that case TXT 2026-004 pertaining to the text amendment of 126-102 low-density residential zone, R1, of the Paducah zoning ordinance be adopted.
Second. Moved and seconded. Thank you very much for that. Any questions of staff on this before we take a vote or comments? All right, hearing none. Mr. Summers, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Kaler,
Aye.
Commissioner Benberry,
Aye.
Commissioner Chapman,
Aye.
Commissioner Heath,
Aye.
Chairman Wade.
Aye. All right, our last agenda item pertains to a text amendment on section 126-103. And Mr. Summers, would you guide us through that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can be very brief on this one because it references back to the R1, but the same roof pitch is proposed to be 512 and still a permanent foundation for single-family homes, whether they're stick-built, modular, or qualified manufactured. And that's the only major change to that text.
Okay. Commissioner Chapman, I believe you have our public hearing.
I move this board open the public hearing for case TXT 2026-0005 pertaining to section 126-103, low and medium density residential zoning R-2 of the Paducah zoning ordinance.
Second.
There is a second. Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening the public hearing, please say so by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? All right, we're in public hearing. Anyone who wishes to comment on this proposed text amendment, please approach the bench. Finally got me, Counselor. Please approach the podium and identify yourself and make your comment. Hearing none. Mr. Chapman, will you close this?
I move this board close the public hearing for case TXT 2026-0005 pertaining to section 126-103, low and medium density residential zone R-2 of the Paducah zoning ordinance.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing public hearing on this text amendment, please say so, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, and lastly, if you would read the motion to adopt this resolution.
I move that this commission adopt the resolution recommending to the Board of Commissioners that the case TXT 2026-0005 pertaining to the text amendment of 126-106, low and medium density residential zone R2 of the Paducah zoning ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Now would be appropriate if you have any questions or comments to address to staff.
I do have one question, Josh.
Yes, sir.
Does it cover all dwellings on the property, a detached garage,
It's just the principal. Accessory dwelling units have their own section in the Code of Ordinances. I don't believe, off the top of my head, roof pitch is addressed for accessory dwelling units. So this really applies to the primary structure on the property.
thank you.
Good question. Anything else? Anybody else have a question or comment? Hearing none, Mr. Summers, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Chapman,
Aye.
Commissioner Heath,
Aye.
Commissioner Kaler,
Aye.
Commissioner Benberry,
Aye.
Chairman Wade.
Aye. All right. Gentlemen, is there anything that we've missed? All right, then our next meeting is scheduled to be July the 6th of this year. And with that, we are adjourned at 6:09.